Joining us today is James Bates, a highly experienced partner sales enablement and channel sales professional who has spent the last decade building strong business relationships, enhancing partner performance, and driving revenue through strategic training and enablement. With a career spanning go-to technologies, Jenny Inc. and S&P Data, James has built a reputation as a customer-centric leader with a passion for coaching, strategic partner growth, and sales training. Today, we'll be exploring the lessons he's learned, the power of relationship-driven sales enablement, and how he's preparing for his next career opportunity. James, welcome to the show.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for having me here today. I'm really excited, super excited to be doing this here today with you. I think what you're doing here, putting a spotlight on individuals like myself, is something definitely commendable. And I just want to say thank you.
Well, I appreciate that. That's why we're doing this. It's just to try to lend a hand when we can. So love it. But that we're here to talk about you, not us. So what moment in your career has taught you the most?
Well, here's what's interesting. There's not a particular moment. It's actually been a series of moments, I think, that have taught me from a young age, really, just how to deal with people. I'm a relationship builder. I've prided myself on making and maintaining impactful connections with people. I am always looking forward to meeting new people, learning about them, and how we can ultimately work together to change the world, right, that we live in, one connection at a time. And connecting actually, right, is how you and I met. So,
Exactly.
I think that's a theme here. Definitely.
Love it. Love it. When your colleagues or team members describe you, what 3 words do they consistently use?
Oh, wow. Well, I would say the 3 that come to mind for me are energetic,
I can tell.
knowledgeable, yes, and inspiring, actually. I'm a professional with a passion for bringing enthusiasm and expertise to every team that I join. And I thrive on combining creative vision with practical execution to deliver innovative solutions, exceed expectations. With strong facilitation skills and exceptional communication skills, I think I excel by fostering trust and engagement in collaborative environments. Building meaningful relationships, I think, is something that is central to my approach. And I'm deeply committed, definitely, to driving value for colleagues, partners, and stakeholders. I think my infectious energy and ability to inspire those around me at every aspect and every project that I work on and undertake is an approach to optimism and determination. I pride myself on being not just a skilled professional, but also a catalyst for growth, I think, motivation and excellence.
It is abundantly clear you have that optimism and that positive energy that is outstanding. We have a member of our team, Cesar, who is just, I've known him for probably 15 years, and he is always the happiest person in the room. But he now may have met his match. So we'll have to see. I'll have to introduce you to him. He's
Oh,
a
that sounds
wonderful
awesome.
person. Outside of your professional achievements, what passion project or personal interest has taught you skills that make you better at what you do?
Well, those who know me and know me well know that I love actually music, right? So beyond my professional achievements, I think my love for music has definitely been a defining passion that shaped who I am and really how I approach my work. As a lifelong enthusiast of music and a singer, I found that music teaches discipline, creativity and collaboration. I think all of these, which are invaluable to my professional career and my professional life, singing and exploring music, I think, has taught me the importance of preparation and practice. Just like mastering a challenging piece, right, requires persistent, achieving professional excellence demands, I think, a consistent effort to refine my skills. And as someone who has taught others, right, skills, I know that practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make you better. Music has also opened up my creative side, teaching me, I think, to think outside the box when facing challenges, whether it's been, an impromptu performance that I've had to do, and I've had to do plenty of those over the years, or brainstorming innovative solutions at work. I think perhaps most importantly, music fosters collaboration. Whether performing in a band or working as a team, I've learned how to harmonize with others. I think listen actively and contribute to a shared vision. And this translates seamlessly to my professional life, where communication and teamwork is so crucial. So music isn't just a pastime for me. It served as a source of inspiration and a foundation, really, for many of the skills that have made me successful in my career. And those who have worked with me and for me in the past will attest to, I think, my love of music and how that really does inspire me and contribute to the projects that I've worked on in the past.
And I think you really were exceptionally clear and right on the money that the attributes of being a musician and being part of a band are so relatable to being part of any team,
Yes.
whether it's business or others. But those are such crucial skills to be able to active listen, to be able to adjust on the fly, to be able to coordinate with others is so critical. So really, one of the best answers I've heard yet.
And I'll add one other thing. When you think about a band, right? Everybody has their instrument. Everybody has their
Hmm.
part that they're playing. And when we're talking about in a professional setting, it's the same thing. Within an organization, everybody has that role to play. One team working towards a beautiful, if you will, masterpiece, so to speak,
Hmm.
right? And a beautiful piece of art.
That's very well said. Now, can you tell me about a mentor?
Let's see, a mentor. Well, that's really easy, actually. I'm going to tell you about two, my mother and my
Okay,
father. I'd
great.
say that they've been the most influential figures in my life, hands down. They've taught me a strong work ethic, appreciation for others, and I think working with others, even those that you don't agree with. Now, I'll share this. Even though my parents divorced when I was 12 years of age, they were still able to work together for the sake of their children and to put
Hmm.
things that didn't work in the marriage aside for the common goal of raising kids that could contribute something to this world. And I think that having consensus, being able to find common ground, to working towards a common goal are things that translate to the business world. No matter what challenges you're facing, you have to find a solution. And that only comes through common ground
Hmm.
solutions, working together, even though, right, especially in a working situation, you may have different ideas or a different way to approach a project, for example, but it's finding that consensus is what's so important to be able to drive that forward and to ultimately succeed in your goals and objectives.
Well said. Very well said.
Mm.
Excuse me. What book or podcast has influenced you?
Oh, well, this one actually, this is a fun question, I think. The podcast that comes to mind, first of all, is Patrick Bet David's PBD podcast is something I've been following probably for about the past, I think almost year or so now. They deliver engaging discussions on topics like business, entrepreneurship, politics, current events, and there's often prominent people that come on the podcast from entrepreneurs, political figures, celebrities, etc. And they're really known for like blending thought-provoking insights with practical advice. And I think that this podcast here really is designed, I think, to empower aspiring professionals and entrepreneurs. So Patrick's expertise as an entrepreneur rather, adds depth to the conversations, making it an essential listen, I'd say, for anyone who's looking for personal and professional growth. Patrick is just about a year or so older than me, so I connect on that level. We're of the same
Hmm.
generation, so that's something that's really great and inspiring. And one of the standout features of the PBD podcast, I think, is its ability to blend thought provoking discussions with actionable advice. And I think Patrick's background as an entrepreneur and author adds depth to those conversations, making it, again, a go to resource for anyone that's interested in that personal growth and professional growth. Interesting enough, I'll share with you because it's right here. I've got two of his books right here that he's written here that I've read that are some great reads here. So yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
Absolutely. Just do me a favor, read those two names.
Your Next Five Moves is the
Hmm.
first book here. And then this one here as well, Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
Excellent. We
Some
will make
great,
sure those get added to the show notes as well, just so if anybody else
absolutely.
wants to pick those up, they can. That's great. If you could spend a day learning from anyone, living or historical, who would that be and why?
Okay. Once again, it's always hard to just choose one. So I'm going to choose three. And if you look
Okay.
behind me, this is
Yep.
the three, right? So
Hmm.
you've got JFK, MLK, RFK, right?
Hmm.
And as a student of history, that's another passion of mine. I can tell you that these guys, I think, were powerhouses for change in our society individually, and I'd even argue collectively. They had a vision of how the world should be and how we as Americans should look out for each other and work together and try
Hmm.
to find consensus for the greater good in all of us. Everyone knows MLK's famous I Have a Dream speech, where he
Hmm.
so eloquently says, I have a dream that my four little children one day will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And that's a powerful and enduring statement about how character is what really matters in a person. I think that those three words that I spoke earlier about myself, energetic, knowledgeable, and inspiring, definitely says a lot about my character. So I think I would love to probably, if I could have dinner with any one of these guys, all three of them together would be amazing to really see how how they look at our society today and see how we've done and delivered, if you will, on the goals and objectives that they had some 60 plus years ago.
I think that would be a fascinating conversation.
Absolutely.
So you won me over with that one. So now wrapping things up, what do you see as the future of your industry?
All right. Well, I've worked in SaaS technology here in the past. And I would say, and I know it's going to sound maybe a little cliche, but I have to say it, it's AI. You know, AI is set to redefine industries on a global scale by enhancing efficiency, accessibility, and innovation. And I think that companies that are looking for an edge and something that differentiates them from the pack, I think that AI has the potential to revolutionize customer experience by enabling personalized, efficient, and proactive interactions. By integrating AI, companies can not only enhance satisfaction, but also build stronger, lasting relationships with their customers. And I think the companies who strategically use AI to boost and enhance customer experience will definitely be the ones to have longevity. But again, I think it's a matter of using a strategic approach, not implementing AI for AI's sake, but really looking at it, right? Looking at it from the perspective of how really is this going to enhance the customer experience, to make that customer more sticky to us, for them to continue to stay with us, to purchase more products with us, and to really drive that relationship, keep that relationship tight. Everything that we do in the world, everything, no matter what it is, right? What we do for a living, it's all built on relationships, and it's all built on having that trust factor, right? Every relationship is built on trust. So if you don't have that, you really don't have a relationship. And so I think it's really important that in our industry that, again, every time I look at something, you see this new AI feature, this, that, and the other, and it's really cool. I've done a lot of kind of research in my spare time on the subject. So I think it's really going to be a fascinating, brave new world, if you will, with AI. We're seeing it. I use AI myself, even on a daily basis with different things than I have in the past, even with work projects that just really help speed up things and make things a lot quicker, but also, again, using it in such a way that it's going to not only just improve efficiencies, increase productivity, but also have, I think, a lasting effect on those connections with others.
Yeah. But I think one of the most important things you said, it was early on in there, that you can't just implement it for its own sake.
Exactly.
You have to take that step back and be strategic and think, what is it that we're trying to solve? What are the pain points that we're trying to overcome? And is AI the right tool to help us get there? And this is the conversation my firm does with a lot of IT executives, is slowing them down, honestly, and saying, okay, I know your board is telling you need to implement AI, but let's talk about, how are you doing it? Are you using its strengths where your weaknesses are? So fantastic answer. I guess then we'll close it out by saying thanks so much for joining us. Is there anything you want to say before we do fully wrap?
The last thing is, check me out on LinkedIn, connect. I'll share this with you guys, or drop me an email at ilovejamesbates@hotmail.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Well, we'll include that in the show notes too. So anyway, people need to get you, we'll have your LinkedIn profile, your email address, all that stuff in there. So absolutely will do. Thanks so much, James. It was such a great conversation. I am sure companies are going to be coming to your door soon. So
Paul, I greatly appreciate the time I spent with you today. And this has been a pleasure. It's been great.
MTMG, guidance that empowers.